All right, up here in the top right in the blue, the Zerg player. It is 1-1 so far. That was Rogue.
And his opponent down here at the bottom left in red is Classic for SKT. They're the best team in the world. So, as I was saying before, I feel like that downtime might have actually given Classic some time to get himself together, because that was a really rough loss to take. I feel like Classic lost that game more than Rogue won it in a lot of ways, and I think most people would agree. There were a lot of mistakes made by Classic there, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of lack of commitment into what he was really going to do, and Rogue was kind of backed into a corner, and he just tried to take the one advantage he had with the Swarmos and push it.
I mean, both players making a bunch of mistakes, but I feel like, as it is usually in sports, the player who makes the least amount of mistakes will win. And I feel like that player was definitely Rogue. We saw Classic just falter a little bit. We were talking about before these matches even started how if he gets behind, if he starts to get nervous, he's not going to play like a good Classic that we know from earlier on in the year. And losing that game in that fashion is just not going to be good for him, like you did say. But let's see how he plays here after that downtime. It is 1-1. It is tied up. He's not behind just yet.
Yeah, that's true. Just down and maybe momentum only. But with that break, I feel that momentum is significantly reduced. So these two do spot each other here on Foxtrot. That cleaning bot, keeping things clean here in the main base. And they're going to spot each other right away here. Drone comes in, just lurking around, trying to get that same info we saw last game. Knows it's not going to be a cannon rush this time. It is just going to be a standard gateway opening. And he's just going to stick around a little bit longer to see where that second pylon is placed, I suppose. And actually just going to go ahead and get out of there, try to block that Nexus, because it is going to be a gate Nexus core opening. And he will get the block.
Look at the timing on that. So well done. Rogue just knowing the timing on that. Unfortunately, he does botch the block a little bit, but that is all fine and dandy for him. He's just going to go back into the main base, scout it out a little bit more.
Oh, he's going to do a gas steal here.
Wow. So he's going to want to keep that drone alive for a very long time here.
Yeah, even the probe's just not even going to continue the chase. Now, the best way to do this is to repeatedly cancel the extractor to make sure that it's constantly gaining hit points. That's usually done against Terran, though, when there's actually a lot of firepower being put on it. He could potentially just let it finish. Yeah, because nothing's killing it. He doesn't need to keep it alive against Marine Fire or Zealots just yet. So he does just let that finish. And the double hatch does go down. So this is going to be a bit of an awkward game for Classic. I wonder if the generic coach said, Rogue, Classic's kind of in a weird place right now. Maybe send an early drone, maybe hatch block him or gas steal him or something. Just, get into his head a little bit here, because he came off of a really weird loss. You're so lucky you won that. But go off of that momentum here and see what you can get done. Yeah,
that is very true. I mean, in the first game we saw Rogue kind of play standard. He did go for a bit of a pressure, but he gave Classic a lot of room. He wasn't really in his face. He wasn't making him overthink things. And like you said, going in here and just stealing a gas is just a little thing to get into your opponent's head. And we'll see if that affects Classic here. He is going to be able to take this down now.
Yeah, but just notice that he can't get his Mothership Core out right away. He can only start Warp Gate research. And then when he makes that Mothership Core, he's not going to be able to make a Stalker for a while. So you can see that probes are being produced, but that Mothership Core is going to pop out here in just a second. But then he can't make a Stalker for quite some time here. His Gateway's got some dead time here. He's got a little bit of extra minerals, of course, with this, because he didn't have that assimilator, and he had the probes mining gas, or rather mining minerals instead of gas. But a bit of an annoying start here. And finally is able to get that sentry out here.
Yeah. And on the base of Rogue, he was able to get those 3 bases up relatively quickly here. He's going to start droning up here. He's going to have a ton of larva. This is going to be a nice scout here. Like you were saying, that Stalker delayed for a while, but it's out of position here. And he's just going to come into the main base and scout everything. He's going to see that Forge coming up here.
Great scout. I think the Forge is a pretty smart choice, considering that he doesn't have enough gas to really add another tech structure just yet. With this Forge, you can get a fast +1, get some cannons up, be secure, and maybe move down to take that 3rd base. That's pretty easy to secure on this map. So a fair choice, but unfortunately for him, Rogue does scout it, so it's no longer hidden. And that Overlord actually dangerously close to death here. Should escape that Sentry Tickle Gun.
Yeah.
Not enough.
Does not tickle hard enough. And here's that one Zergling coming over here, trying to get a scout on. He's trying to see if he can find any pylons out here in the base, because he did see that Forge, so he does know something like some kind of 4-gate timing here with +1 could happen. You see a lot of sentries here on the production tab. and the +1 on the way as well. 4 gates in total so far, no other tech. So we're going to see what Classic decides to do with this. He is already moving out, trying to clear out these Zerglings.
Yeah, does do a good job of that. And with this Roach Warren coming up this early, considering he hasn't scouted, he needs to be worried about a whole lot. Besides, perhaps a +1 gateway attack. I wonder if he's going to be pretty aggressive. He starts 3 Roaches right away. He also, has vision of this third base, so I think he's actually going to attack this third base pretty early on here. Another Overlord's queued up here. He's already got speed, so he could just really pour out with 55 drones, a decent amount of Roaches and Zerglings to just come over there and try and knock that third base down.
Yeah, that looks like exactly what he wants to do. We got a lair on the way as well. That one Overlord surviving was so key. It allows him to get this really nice scout on that third base, the exact timing of when it comes up, and Classic's not really able to do much about it. He's just going to have to let that get scouted.
Yeah. Nothing he can do to stop that information now. And a bunch of Lings running around here. Let's see how many he commits to. It looks like he's actually droning up now to 10, so it's a small attack squad out here. And that was going to allow him some safety too. And now he's just going to come over here with only 1 cannon. He could pick at the Nexus, but the units are so nearby, it wouldn't be worth it. Starts those drones, like I said, and he's got a pretty significant drone lead this game. Things are going well for him in that regard.
Yeah. Just using these 5 Roaches coming up here to start picking out these back rocks, allow himself another pathway here to attack that Protoss. Always want to pull that Protoss apart however you can. This map allows you to do that with that backdoor expansion.
Every entrance to a Protoss base is what a Zerg wants, You want to utilize that if you can. Mothership Core alone is going to push these Roaches back, but not before they do a lot of damage to this debris. I notice he uses Roaches only to do this, the reason being that if you use Zerglings, of course, high ground ranged units will be able to kill them.
Yeah. Look at this at a Classic. He's adding 3 more gates. He's going to go up to 8 gates. He's stopped now at 51 probes. He's got the +2 and Blink on the way here.
Yeah, and he's going to
have that Robo.
Exactly. He's going to have that Robo for the Observer. That's going to come across with this just in case of Burrow Roaches and also to clear up that creep. But honestly, Brendan, with 13 Hydras coming out here, he's going to have +1 speed for Roaches and Hydra range here pretty soon. And even these little counterattacks minimizing that mining time, I think that this attack should be easily shut down by Rogue.
I think it definitely should be. He's doing such a good job with these counterattacks, like you said. He's just delaying this attack so much. The +2 and the Blink is going to come up here with that Observer, but we got so many Hydras, so many units. His economy is so amazing right now for Rogue. He's been able to get so many units out here right now, and as long as he gets a good concave and he doesn't get force fielded out too much, should be fine here, I think.
Yeah, that's the key here, the force fields and the Blink micro. He's going to really need to be on point with that.
He is down on upgrades. He doesn't even have that +1 out yet, but he has a ton of units. Very nice force fields so far, but still a lot of units picking out a lot of these Stalkers.
Yeah, the Stalkers are cut off here on the left side as well. You can see the top left of your screen right now. And Zerglings did get some good connections on the sentries, but this is a lot of Protoss army here. Needs a little bit more time to get those Hydras out. A few more Roaches coming in, and there's that +1 attack finishing right now. And now he's got it, but this is still, I think, maybe an overwhelming amount of Protoss. Maybe he didn't get enough out as quickly as we would have hoped. Okay, here come the rest of those Hydras, and 18 Roaches are about to pop. He just needs to buy a little bit more time. The Roaches can tank the damage, and the Hydras can do the damage from behind.
Yeah, again, a lot of the supply here for Rogue is in 70 drones right now. He's going to try to fight with them here. Another nice Time Warp going down here. He's going to force Rogue back, picking off some more units here. And delaying some more time for a lot more of these warp-ins as well. But now Rogue coming in with the attack. A lot of these Roaches in the front to tank.
Yep, Roach is even coming from behind as well to kind of bug out some of those blinking Stalkers here. It's actually a really close fight right now. A lot of the drones were eliminated here. Does he have enough Hydras to push through with the Queen support? This is actually insanely close. There's a lot of Hydras here, but with Blink, you can just avoid those shots. The Stalkers has become more and more useful as time goes on, as they just do not die, whereas the Hydras do eventually get worn down. Can he push his way through here? There's 10 more Roaches on the way. This is actually still a fight that either could win. I feel like the advantage is slightly in Classic's favor right now because he does have that upgrade advantage, and he's able to isolate these units and pick them off while they're by themselves.
Yeah, picking off those 2 Roaches even there is huge for him right now. Just getting that tiny advantage. It was so close in that fight. It could have gone either way, but Classic just getting the slight advantage here. He's going to pick off this 4th base. It's going to buy Rogue a lot of time here, even trying to pick off that 1 pylon, but a lot of these units getting caught out here once again.
Wow, and a lot of Zerglings getting some good surface area here as well. I think targeting the pylon would be a great choice, so I'm a bit surprised he doesn't actually commit to that. Those trade decently against the Stalkers on the other hand. And it's almost like he wants him to stay and keep making Stalkers, because if he just kills a pylon, maybe, with 3 bases and the worker count the way it is, it'd be okay for Classic, actually. Maybe he wants him to overcommit or something, but I don't know. This counterattack over here, let's see what it can get done.
Well, it's going to take a long time for Classic to finally finish off that 4th base, and he does. And Classic's got no units back at home. But again, he's not even mining at that 2nd base. He doesn't even, or that 3rd base. He doesn't even want it, and now he's going to take out the 3rd base of the Zerg here. I'm not sure how much this counterattack is going to do at a Rogue. Classic again turning back after he does get the 3rd base.
Yeah, this is similar to last game, but I feel this is a much more reasonable choice for Classic to turn around here, because this is a small amount of Roaches. Doesn't power all the gates, and that's going to hurt production for quite some time. And now let's see if he splits into the main. A tight wall has been made, so he can't do that. I guess Rogue is anticipating this. Doing a lot of probes here, and Classic is still not back yet. If he kills that core again, oh god, there's a decent force field here, but he's actually got more Roaches. This Protoss army is all concentrated in one place, but he's not split to deal with the Roaches that are going in multiple directions. The 3rd base is being remade right now, and the worker count is actually 54 to 39. Rogue is literally running circles around Classic right now.
Yeah, he's doing it again. If he can get that 3rd base up and get that economy going once again, I feel like he's going to be in a great spot, because he's going to have to go all the way back across the map. Classic is to do more damage. Rogue is right on the front doorstep of Classic right now. He's going to be able to take out that 3rd base and start running away with these Roaches as well. He's buying himself so much time here.
Yeah, might be able to turn around, take out a Stalker or 2, or maybe even just run to the top left. Rogue is really good at splitting his units like this into 2 groups to, minimize the damage that a big clump of